As they get ready for this attack, there goes those flashes. It's a fast hit towards A, led by simix. So as he spots out the first man, TMB there's a full. Traded, unable to come through though. simix able to double down, make that through with the kill onto zywoo. And just like that, Mad Lions there, hold it, collapses. tudsoN over towards Heaven is going to try and lead this retake. ritchiEE puts an end to that. Spreader in the last left standing, 1 versus 4. I'll tell you what, this might be all she wrote really for Spellin here as he shifts his way forward. And for Brugge, that's an opening and a half. 1-0 in our lead, having only lost 1 member. 2 wilds we see, just standard, 3 rifles, 2 SMGs. The nades do a lot of damage though, and now these deagles have ability. JL good for 2, traded out before tudsoN rings a shot of his own. Good for Matty as well before Natus tries to spam down the remaining members. But just like that, Natus's team have melted again. Resource Club Brugge, 50 seconds left. Flash goes down towards Ram. tudsoN, what can he hope to do? Well, a fair bit. Good for 1. Tags down. Natus doesn't kill him though. As Stevos pushes forward. Spellin, that trade means that the teeth is taken out of this flank, putting quite a bit of pressure on Matty, who is again just spammed down to his death. Spellin, 2 quick kills, leaving Natus and ritchiEE alone in a 2-on-4. And from this position, sure they have the bomb, but they don't have the momentum here. And as zywoo hears the players push towards him, goes for the no-scope, taken down by ritchiEE though. A bit of a ballsy play by zywoo, going for the confidence play, and I mean, fair enough to him, but it doesn't quite work out. Instead, double doors being held by Natus. Timing doesn't help him though, and as ritchiEE, he's got to go for this plant. It's down to Spellin, pops out the first man, looks to double down, does just that. Open up a push as zywoo leads this charge, scoped in towards Squeaky, ready for this initial attack. Matty takes a lot of usual damage, and Natus even dies, and zywoo, he's going to continue some momentum now. Matty good for 1, traded out instantly, and as zywoo continues aggressing, there's another kill onto simix, and with Stevos, awaits this push, but actually gone for the info play. ritchiEE having been unspotted for the time being. Spellin goes for the aggression though, finishes off 1, doubles down as well. Beautiful stuff for Mad Lions to their round player, and as tudsoN realizes he's been had, he's going to have to go on the close angle. The Mac 10 swarm and they finish the job. Matty good for 1 before Spellin shuts him down, making sure that AK isn't completely held. But JL there to assist, puts him into a man advantage. Follow-up push goes through. We see ritchiEE there onto TMB into a 3-on-2 now. And for zywoo, he actually has to go huge, especially with JL on such a low amount of HP. And as simix shows his position, it all comes down to timing. It all comes down to this initial engagement. And for simix, he's on such a tough angle to pre-aim. Natus shuts down zywoo. It's all on JL. 1 versus. Understandably so. Quite a wise decision to save this weapon as well, because even though he has money now, well, saving is. The push goes through again. ritchiEE positioned above Silo, trying to come out on top, and as CMB shuts down Natus, this position on outside. Smokes go down. And for tudsoN now, swings wide, lines up 2 members, does a bit of damage to all of them, but only killing 1. There isn't any. Spellin, he's going to go for aim, duel, and timing now, and as Matty leads this charge, ritchiEE falls. Matty trades with the assistance of simix now. zywoo in quite an awkward angle, is good for 1 though. Can he trade? Not quite onto simix though. simix hearing the player on the ladder as well. Deploys that molly, tries to finish the job. 8 seconds left, he's got to get this plant, and quickly, as he punches in those numbers, he's just going to be swarmed by the member of TMB. Quick kill. Sure, he gets a plant, but it's not quite enough. And for Mad Lions, this will be 7, while simultaneously putting Esports Club Brugge not quite onto a reset, but definitely a dire economical position, one of which they're going to capitalize off the back of, as Mad Lions, with a 7-2 lead, force Esports Club Brugge into quite a tough spot. Because I am genuinely lost of words as to what could potentially be used to combat them for the time being. Of course, you need to bear in mind as well that Mad Lions actually boast a 6-man roster. So while ritchiEE's able to shut down TMB, we'll actually go into that in just a moment. With Stevos aggressing from outside, it's so messy, and as JL finishes the job, what can simix now look to try and trade with? ritchiEE, again, just back to wait. Going for timing once again. zywoo through the smoke annihilates simix, leaving just ritchiEE. Last man left standing. 1 versus 4. What on earth can he hope to do from here as he sits towards lobby? And zywoo, oh, the BM from zywoo is punished instantly. And for ritchiEE, you might be able to just pick up this orb and hightail it. There's an opening, and as tudsoN, his position is suspected. It's not known, but it's suspected. As for JL, position towards Huts is just going for, once again, timing and luck, but tudsoN, he shows that ritchiEE's out of it. And it's a late position towards Heaven, and, well, zywoo, he's desperately trying to find an opening in that smoke, but he takes that opening against 3 members. There's the quick little kill, there's a man advantage, and for TMB, what can he hope to do now? Molly down position, force forward, Matty, feel full, simix there to trade, and, well, for Mad Lions, what on earth can they hope to do now, as they're a man down, they've got players all around them to try and flank and harm them. Spellen, it's going to be really down to him to hold, with JL falling elsewhere. Actually, Esports Club Brugge, they changed their mind. They'll just hit over towards this ace site. The quick kill into JL has caused them to re-rotate around. This should be a third for Esports Club Brugge, considering they want to have these orbs. And as Spellen shifts his own way forward, he'll look to come out on top with an initial member to watch out for. And as Spellen finishes the first member, sure, it helps, but what's the hope to do from there? Again, tudsoN just being hunted by Stevos here. Doesn't quite have the timing as he pushes his way forward. And, well, tudsoN gets ready to swing around the corner. Stevos falls. And it does into the wall as he mushes his face against this wall. We'll hear tudsoN reload. tudsoN able to shut down the first member. Dinks down simix. Can't quite trade further still, though. With this slow, cognitive pushing towards his position on B. woxic makes a bit of noise. TMB falls instantly to simix, though. Traded out, though. woxic, good for one. Looks to double down. Hasn't quite been able to do so just yet, though. JL, for timing, allows Spellen to shut down Natus. Spellen there to double down. It's all on simix. JL finishes the job. And just like that, Mad Lions, they make it 10, as they now lead 10-3 against Esports Club Brugge, forcing them into really quite a tough spot. And those members over on Esports Club Brugge, the bomb plant means they have money, and I think this money, despite being bad for them, will just tick them over for the rest of the half. He needs to be a bit careful. He'll hear the players jumping around, but as he backs away, he plays for timing. And for Stevos, there's woxic to shut him down. There's the opening. This is one of the only flashes, one of the only two flashes to make their way forward. Out it goes. Spellen good for one. He's got woxic there to assist. woxic good for one. Doubles down, looks to triple down. Does just that. It's a clean up, and more important, Util goes forward. It looks like we're going to see a bit of early momentum from ECB. Spellen there to shut down the first member. TMB good for the second. And ECB with another hit towards A. It just is not working. Spellen, the Bulgarian... I was almost weird to see you call him a prodigy at this point. It's been around for ages. But Spellen, the Bulgarian powerhouse, will say... He's over towards Garrett. He'll be able to play reactionary to Natus. Rings out a shot. It misses. So Natus with the bomb towards Secret does have an opening. He does have a chance. But in the process, we've got JL ready for simix. So she shuts him down. It's all on Natus. 1 versus 3. Low HP. Looks like JL ready for this initial attack from Heaven, and well, Natus will oblige him with this peek. Shuts down the first member, but with 40 HP left, he is fairly heavily tagged for this engagement. 20 seconds left. Plants in that bomb, punches in those numbers. Spellen swings wide, it'll finish the job. That's 12 for Mad Lions. And for Esports Club, just yet as Matty's able to do a bit of damage as well. It is forcing Mad Lions to push their way towards ramp, but the Simix is ready for these initial members. He's instantly shut down by TMB, thrusting ECB into this retake. Matty playing close to these doors, brings out a few shots, and oh, that's so messy. However, he's able to take down JL before he falls. TMB recovering with a quick kill on Stevos, puts it down to a 3-on-2. With Natus trying to show presence towards ramp, he'll try to come out on top, still able to do so though. His teammate will join him on ramp, but to what avail is TMB to shut down Natus, all on ritchiEE, 1 versus 3, pushing his way forward. He's going to be ready to try and duel TMB on this initial angle if he can do so. There's the first kill. Can he double down? Not quite yet. Yes, he can. tudsoN to fall now, and with both a smoke and a kit, this is a very double round for him. Spellen, he taps that bomb once, he spots out the player in the smoke, spams that smoke as best he can. It's damn messy, and ritchiEE will fall at the last possible second. A couple of smokes here or there. There's the odd deagle, there's even a max 7 over on Matty to try and help, but as the fast hit comes towards the safe side, the max 7 does beautifully. 2 quick kills, he'll look to make it 3. Can't quite do so though. The response is there, into a 3-on-3. Now things left dead even, allow Rich to take a bit of damage as well. Simix from Heaven, good for another. Stevos there to assist him, puts it all onto woxic. 1 versus 3. Now woxic, the silver lining is that everyone's low on HP, but with everyone low on HP, they can duel them all at once. There's the first kill. Not quite able to find the second, as Simix finishes the job. Kill. We're still in a 5-on-5, having given this initial momentum, and as woxic gets ready to leave this charge, as ritchiEE to fall. Simix instantly there to trade, and with Stevos onto JL, this is great. The fact that woxic's still alive is impressive, to say the least. He's even able to equalize, though. That kill on the Stevos puts all the pressure on this attack towards A. And with Matty shutting down TMB, I think for Mad Lions, they may have found this B site. This time, though, woxic in secret is going to try and duel simix for this site. And for simix, timing shuts him down. There's the opening. This is where Mad Lions get this plant. And more importantly, we actually see Spellen dive up this ladder and go for the plant on A. He's completely bamboozled ECB for this position. And that's incredible. Really, really strong showing from him there. They make it 14, forcing ECB to a almost impossible spot to run their way out of. Positions. Nates continues to pepper these entrances though, and as zywoo goes for the timing with his push towards Mini, he'll hear the AWP of stevoo, shuts him down now, and he's just going to barrel his way forward. Matty trade onto Spell and gives them a bit of an opening, but more importantly, you see they have the bomb, and with Natus getting 2 quick kills, CMB, can he trade onto Matty? No, he can't, and well, it's all on zywoo. If they'd lost this round, they'd have lost the game, and for Mad Lions, the fact they're unable to convert here just shows how tough a spot they're in. They back away. And sure, zywoo, he's doing damage. Sure, he's having a few cracks at it. But the reality is, for Mad Lions, this is a shame, really, that they fell here. zywoo, again, damages to convert. We'll have to see. Natus even finishes the job onto zywoo as well. Side smokes, fairly early smokes to get them underway and just push their way forward and get into as close a position as possible. But CMB, that shut down onto Matty allows stevoo to get the next say of the matter. Thrusty is into this 4-on-4. stevoo's low on HP, just 10 to work from. He's going to have to try and come out on top, and as he does so, we see ritchiEE, the man, to hold firm again. He's got zywoo to push his way forward. Gel shut down ritchiEE. Trade there by Natus. No, it's not. zywoo finishing the job, putting it into a 4-on-2. And for the remaining members of simix and stevoo, what on earth can they hope to do from here? With stevoo, no scoping zywoo towards lower. He's just going to spur Mad Lions on to going for this hit towards this A site. But for ECB, with low HP on stevoo, so the simix about to die. That he does. This is where we're going to see whose a reality is. For ECB, this is a position in which they are going to struggle from. JL even spots out stevoo. So that kill means the ops are unable to be saved. Spellin gets the run boost on tudsoN out from mid, and tudsoN spots out the first man, and oh, that's quick. He annihilates Natus off the back of that, and because of that, as the smokes go down, we now see ECB force a man down, desperately trying to hold, but with Mad Lions already on a flank with zywoo, he's going to go deep into stevoo. stevoo spots him out though, finishes the job onto him, giving an equalizer, and forcing Mad Lions to have to regress elsewhere. They do so towards connector. ritchiEE trying to rotate away, caught out by sausol, and just like that, this site opens up. We see instantly ECB players having to rotate away from this B site, trying to get into position over towards CT. Sure, it helps with stevoo's positioned in this angle, but it won't stop Mad Lions, to say the least. Matty towards jungle. He's going to have to push. We get ready for this attack once again. These members, again, just hold firm with these members pushing their way forward. Mad Lions, the first ones to watch out for. And for ECB, their main man is Natus. He's on the close angle towards ramp. The man will be joining with TMB, and for Natus, I think his legs have been spotted. That they have been. Bit of damage done to him. It's just to scare him. It won't stop him. But that nade certainly is going to do even further damage. Natus just immediately 18 HP over towards the ramp. Won't stop ritchiEE from aggressing. TMB falls. Damage done to both of them. But that won't actually slow Mad Lions. It will just add player in CT. The only one with something other than a pistol. So he'll look to try and bait players to focus on him rather than Natus, who's ready to commit to this flank. As Natus does just that. And shift his way forward, ready for the initial ban. Bomb down, 4-on-2. tudsoN, he's the first to fall. Natus shows his presence. That's one to trade. Matty to quickly be killed. It's a quick dispatchment. It's an AWP saved of the Mad Lions. With 3 men left standing, they now lead 6-0 on their map pick up Mirage, giving us what may almost lead to a very, very quick affair. Through the smoke, he can't quite finish the job as he holds, but Matty, he's there to cement it. Quick little kill, sausol to trade, simix to fall, and with that, the side it swings open like a door in a gale. stevoo's position is going to try and shut down Spellin, but Spellin isn't even going to tease him with a peek there. He won't even tickle one. Instead, in a 4-on-4, we see aggression towards Con in the form of zywoo, who's going to go for the timing on Natus. That'll spur them on. There's a quick kill. Spellin go for one, spots out the initial member, turns around as well. That's all able to shut down the other. ritchiEE, the trade TMB to able to come out on top, but he all onto stevoo in a 1 versus 2. What on earth can he able to do now as he pushes up from short, ready for these initial 2 members? As he jumps up, he backs away towards window. He just has to hide. He's got no choice in the matter. Spellin ready to swing. As they get ready to hold, we see Mad Lions again just look for control towards B app. sausol even expects Matty there. He doesn't actually fully peek him though. Matty, he'll bring a man advantage for ECB, but there's no trade yet. TMB, and he just rings out a few shots where he can, and well, there's no to hold. Matty, next man to worry about again. He's pushing his way forward, and Once CMB shut down Stevos, there's an opening. Molly goes down as well to lead them and hold them in place with Matty. Again on short. What can he hope to do now with ritchiEE? He'll shift forward. It's simix to shut down Warrior. Man advantage for ECB once again. Now, what on earth happens next with TMB again ready? TMB finishes the job. That evens out the man count. Do they expect ritchiEE towards Hollow Pillar? Yes, they do. TMB executes him there. And, well, simix, though, trades. It's a back and forth, though, in which Natus gives... sausol holding firm, pushing forward. Can't quite do anything though, and instead, Warrior spots out the initial man. simix, can he shut him down? Alright, taking his time with this attack, rings out a few flashes, and this pushes simix back as he hides over towards Hollow Pillar, a position in which he was punished from earlier in the game. Will it work for him now with Matty now ready towards the ladder, spelling the one to push into him? Can he do so with Matty hiding on this close angle, praying that no one spots him out? Then Mad Lions, looks like we might just see a push into window from here, and well, it's definitely a hybrid angle to hold. And there's that push, there's the drop down. Matty now, can he spot out Spellin in window? I mean, he spots him out, eventually finishes the job, and this will allow sausol to make his way forward, knowing full well that jungle's clear. There's the aggression from ritchiEE, good for one TMB to trade instantly. That is a nice 180 from TMB, but Stevos chose his position over towards CT. tudsoN in Palace. It wasn't even by one of their mishaps, it was just the heroics of Stevos. tudsoN, good for one of mid, Matty to trade, puts it all on TMB, and in a 1 versus 4, what on earth can he hope to do from here? I think it might just be a matter of saving because they're in a almost impossible spot. As they push their way forward now, ECB 8-4. They've covered the distance to at least make this half doable for themselves. If they can make it 8-7, they're in a perfect spot. However, Mad Lions, success again now. We'll have to see with Natus just playing contact towards Con. There's Stevos to fall. Follow-up aggression hasn't quite come through yet. Warrior, he'll eat that nade in the process, but timing blesses him. Good for one. Can he double down? Not quite able to double down, but he's done a bit of damage. Natus, he'll finish the job on these remaining members, leaving TMB in a 1 versus 4. Spots out these members here and there. Can he finish the job on them? No, he can't. ritchiEE finishes the job. It's 5 for ECB, and I tell you what, folks, I think we're going to see ECB maybe even make this 8-7, and from there, we might even see ourselves be thrust into what could be a third map. Now, so Mad Lions, this is a incredible spot to make your way out of, and well, frankly, this absolutely isn't a pleasant sight for ECB at all. Into the AWPer, missed shot by simix. Is it punished? Yes, it is, but the bomb's already defused. And for ECB, that'll be 6, as they're now only 2 rounds away from covering the distance and equalizing with Mad Lions. And for the final round of this half, Mad Lions are in a position where they are facing what could potentially be a loss of the lead here. Notice. Pushing forward, TM to be, because just like that, they lose absolutely everything. And all of a sudden, Mad Lions, with the last couple of members left, might have to consider just saving. We see a close angle held by tudsoN, and while he does almost try to find an initial pick, low HP on 2 of these members, but it's just not enough. And as Stevos jumps up, he's going to try and cement this. Just like that, we see ECB make it an 8th round as they keep it dead even with the Mad Lions, really trying to almost take the lead here. And with Mad Lions able to save 2 weapons, sure, it helps, but you know, with an AUG and FAMAS saved on ECB, the other 2 members are going to go straight to a, or what will go straight to a full buy. That means that Mad Lions are in an awful spot here. Go. they do just that, ECB, so you're looking to take the lead here, and frankly, from that, what on earth can be done? What on earth can be done for the members of Mad Lions? Because it feels like everything they attempt to do is just counteracted by ECB, who seem more than hungry to thrust us into a third map. As ritchiEE over towards Palace, flashed out position, allows the remaining members to push their way forward. Zeywoo's good for one. He looks to make it two. They're saving his teammate from a knife kill. It's all on woXo. He's finished off by matty. ECB, the first all around him though. TMB, good for another before the molly finishes the job. sausol there to assist him. ritchiEE swings into him. ritchiEE finishes the job, and just like that, ECB, they find yet another round of the Mad Lions. They're starting to show, look, what looks fairly disjointed, because all they have is all they have for now, at least, is a couple of slashes go out. Mad Lions with these deagles. They look to hold as best they can, but holds to what avail, because right now they're in a lot of trouble. simix shutting down TMB. woXo, can he trade? Yes, he can. matty loses his head, but there's still a man. One, it's an absolute slaughter. ritchiEE finishes off the next two members. ECB make it 12. And for Mad Lions, this game's gone out the window. There was what was to be acutely aware of that as I look to punish it with this initial buy and with this initial attack. We still have a single AWP set up over towards ECB. That's standard for the T side. But overall, Mad Lions, both tudsoN and woXo, both of those AWPs. And as tudsoN goes aggressive towards Gon, he's ready for the initial attack. None's come though, and as tudsoN flash off the angle, goes for a cheeky little repeat. It works perfectly with a kill to simix though, as he continues to push his way forward. woXo, ready for this initial execution towards A. That'll come off the back of ECB. As they deploy this util. Down matty, there's the opening now. Scopes in, he's ready for the follow-through. Now the woXo shutting down yes another man. Again, tudsoN finishes the job. Natus now on the firebox with all the pressure in the world. woXo is the one to shut him down. ritchiEE, the last man left standing. 1 versus 4, finished off by Spell, and Mad Lions, they'd equalize at 12-12. And for ECB, what can they hope to do from here? Moving forward, they've got limited money to say the least, and at long last, they might finally hit the threshold where their economy is left in quite a dire spot. And, well, from here, what on earth do they do? Because, to say the least, this is where we see what will be quite a lot of momentum from Mad Lions. And this is the sort of circumstance of which they got that 8-0 lead initial members where he can. Well, as ECB get ready for this initial attack. There's TMB over towards this position on B, tries to come out on top. sausol boosts him up. He'll look to go and hide for the time. As nades go out either way. TMB ready for this initial presence to hold firm. Flashes go down. TMB finishes job onto one. matty shuts down the remainder. sausol ready on B. Good for yet a third. And with the back and forth repertoire, it works beautifully. ritchiEE, the last man left standing, 1 versus 3. And as he cowers towards the top of apps, if you see them move into the reinvestment, more importantly, they force ECB down to a awful buy, which I imagine will comprise of a couple of pistols here or there. But ritchiEE going for the AK and armor means that he's feeling confidence. And for ECB, this may mean a very, very early attack. Again, a brief lull before we go into this initial attack. And once again, we have this at 14-12 ECB. This buy round is going to comprise of them buying down to 0 in some desperate attempt to shut down the Mad Lions. They take a timeout, understandably so, because the reality is, what on earth will it take to finish the job? time we see graphics, all sorts of graphics. I like the flowers and stuff. It's a nice. I like the graphics we have for Swing Through Swing. I like we have a pink green screen as well. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I do enjoy that. And yeah, there's a little bit going on in the casting life of Creme de la Creme. Just like that, unpause goes through. I tell you, when we do filler content, you don't realize how long it is till the pause is finished. So there we go. Pause finished. Mad Lions to see aggression over doability for ECB, and as simix just hides over towards Sandwich, ready for the players to peek into him. ritchiEE, there's TMD to fall into the 2-on-2. simix, the last man left standing. 1 versus 2. tudsoN ready for it. Brings out a few shots. Can't quite finish the job on tudsoN's work. However, unfortunately, it's not quite enough from ECB to come out on top. A really close game, and credit where credit is due to ECB for making that such a close affair, considering how prestigious and considering how clearly overdogs we saw from Mad Lions. It's an incredibly close affair. Unfortunately, they're not quite able to come out on top. Of course, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I've been your caster Kramer 3. I'll be here at the same time tomorrow if you guys are interested in following me particularly, but I imagine we're going to be joined by a caster who is